Alrighty, welcome to my channel again. This is Making Things to Make It Through. This week I'm excited to tie another fly for you. This fly kills it almost year-round. It's called the Zebra Midge. It's one of the most basic flies you can have around, and I'm going to show you how to tie it. So you first, just with black thread, you're just going to work all the way down that hook. But one thing I like to do, because we're going to end up eventually adding some wire to it, so I like to wrap the wire into it all the way down the body of the fly. That way it adds a little bit of weight and it just makes it a little cleaner. And with these nymphs, because it's such a small hook, you really want to get it down into that strike zone where the trout are. So one of the ways to do that is adding a little bit of weight to it. So I do this by, like I said, wrap the wire all the way down the body. Once I get to the bottom, you can see I'm just wrapping and wrapping to kind of give it a thicker body look to it, so it's not just bare hook. But right as I get to the bottom, I'm going to grab that wire and I am going to counter wrap it. So I'm going to, what that means is I'm going to wrap it the other way, opposite of the way I was wrapping the thread. And that helps kind of lock the thread in, and also it just makes it a bulletproof fly, honestly. But this is what gives it that little zebra. Usually people do some, silver wire, but I don't have any silver wire, and I've caught some fish with this copper wire, kind of copperish brown color wire. So, you know what, work with what you got. One thing I've learned about these flies is oftentimes they don't have to look exactly right, and if you are getting it into the strike zone with a good flow, you can usually get trout to take it. So at the end, I'm just kind of wrapping it around that wire so that we can then do a little helicopter finish. That means you just pinch the wire and give it a little spin like that, and it will break off right at where it was pinched in that thread. So it gives it a nice clean cut. And then I'm going to wrap it a little bit more just so I can cover that little piece of the wire that was poking out. And then I'm going to do one of my favorite things. I'm going to give it a whip finish. The whip finish is really cool once you figure out how to do it, but it does take a little bit of practice, and there could probably be 1,000 people commenting on this video showing me that I'm doing it incorrectly, but it works for me. This is just a good way to finish the fly. It kind of makes it so it doesn't unravel, and it just kind of ties off that end. So I'm just giving it a double whip finish just to make sure that we don't have anything coming off. I'm thinking about making a video here in a little bit on how to do a whip finish. You know what? I could probably learn from that video just as much. So here it is. And then the one thing I've been doing with all these flies, this fly right here as it stands right here as you're looking at it is going to catch fish. But one thing I like to do is I like to give it a resin finish so that we can absolutely bulletproof it. If it gets caught in a tree, gets caught in a rock, gets caught in anything, it's not going to unravel. That UV resin just gives it a perfect finish. It gives it a glossy look, and it really just helps finish the fly completely. So I'm going to apply that UV resin right on the fly. A little goes a long way. So I'm just going to put a little bit on it and spread it around with a toothpick. And then I'm going to hit it with that UV light, which it's going to harden that resin and kind of just give it that glossy look. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe if you want, come and go as you need. I'm really enjoying sharing these things, and it's keeping me accountable. Life is hard, so let's keep making things so we can make it through. Thanks. We'll see you later.